The auditorium lights were painfully bright, and 16-year-old Lily Thompson could barely see past the first row. Her hands trembled as she held her old, scratched-up guitar, the same guitar her father had rescued from a donation bin years ago. Her father, Mark Thompson, the school janitor, was standing quietly near the backstage curtain, wiping his hands on his faded uniform, praying no one would notice him. But people did. They always did. A whisper rose from the crowd. "That's the janitor's kid. Why is she even performing? Her guitar looks older than the school itself." Lily heard every word. She always heard everything. Every snicker in the hallway, every joke about her dad's low-income job, every remark about how talent shows were not for people like her. She swallowed hard and stepped closer to the microphone, trying to steady her breath. The host cleared his throat awkwardly. Lily Thompson will be performing a guitar solo." His tone carried the same doubt she had heard for years. But her story didn't start here. Lily had grown up in a small Canadian town in Ontario where winters were harsh but people could be harsher. Her father raised her alone after her mother walked out when Lily was 6. He worked extra shifts, fixing broken lockers, cleaning up after school events, even shoveling snow at dawn so students wouldn't slip. And no matter how tired he was, every night he would sit with Lily, teaching her the same 4 guitar chords he knew. "Music is your voice," he always told her. "Use it when the world won't listen." But Lily wasn't sure the world ever would. When the school announced a winter talent show, Lily's best friend Emma pushed her to sign up. "You're good, Lil," she insisted. "People just don't know you yet." Lily wanted to believe that. So she practiced every night, fingers blistered and raw, while her dad listened proudly from the next room. She didn't have fancy equipment or a brand new guitar like the other contestants, but she had a song she wrote for her father, about the nights he stayed awake fixing things no one ever thanked him for. But as the day of the performance came closer, the bullying got worse. 2 popular girls, Ashley and Brooke, openly joked about her in the hallway. "She's gonna embarrass herself. Imagine being the janitor's daughter and thinking you deserve a stage." Lily tried to ignore them, but their words hit like stones. Still, she showed up, carrying the guitar that held her childhood, her struggles, and her father's love. Now, standing on stage, she felt her throat tighten. She could almost feel the audience's expectation that she would fail. In the corner of her eye, she spotted her dad. He wasn't smiling, he looked worried. Fearful for her, protective. But when their eyes met, he quickly raised a thumb, as if reminding her, "You're not alone." She took a deep breath. Then she began to play. The first chord echoed across the auditorium, clear, strong, emotional. The whispers stopped. Lily closed her eyes and let the music carry her, fingers gliding across the strings with a confidence she didn't even know she had. Her song was soft at first, like a memory, telling the story of a man who worked in silence, giving everything, receiving nothing. Then it grew louder, stronger, filled with emotion, as if she were pouring every wound, every humiliation, every unspoken truth into the melody. People leaned forward slowly. The judges exchanged surprised looks. The same girls who laughed earlier fell silent. Halfway through, Lily's voice joined the guitar, not shaky, not timid, but full, warm, and deeply human. She sang about dignity, about gratitude, about the kind of strength that doesn't scream for attention but shows up every day and does the hard work anyway. Somewhere in the darkness of the hall, someone wiped a tear. Even the host who doubted her stood frozen. And Mark, the janitor who had never asked for anything, stood backstage with both hands over his mouth, trying not to cry. This was his daughter, his pride, his heart. As Lily strummed the final chord, the auditorium stayed quiet for a full second, stunned into stillness. Then, a wave of applause erupted, louder than anything she had ever heard. Students stood, teachers stood, even the principal stood, but Lily wasn't looking at the crowd. She was looking at her father, who now stepped out slowly from backstage, eyes shining. He didn't care who saw him, not tonight. Lily ran to him, and he caught her in a tight hug, the kind only years of quiet love could build. "You did it," he whispered. "You really did it." "No, Dad," Lily murmured against his shoulder. "We did it." For once, no one laughed. No one mocked. No one whispered about the janitor. They only watched, humbled, moved, changed. Lily didn't just silence a room that day. She proved something far bigger. Greatness doesn't come from where you come from. It comes from what you carry in your heart, and the courage to share it. And in that Canadian school auditorium, on that winter night, a janitor's daughter reminded everyone that talent, dignity, and strength don't need permission to shine.